All right, Kev. Kev is in Panama. Kev, what's international? Take people inside international travel. Were you able to get out of wherever you were? A lot of players have been a couple days late or not there yet.
Yeah, it's traveling through Houston was easier than I thought it was going to be. It was supposed to be kind of a shitty track going in from I was coming from Phoenix to Houston, Houston down. Saturday, Sunday was not good, but I luckily had my flight booked for Monday, and it was cold, but it was totally fine. So I think there are some guys with some travel issues, and I think a lot of guys stayed in the Miami area coming from Abaco back. So they had a direct flight, I think, from Miami, but some of the guys got stuck with some bad weather.
Let's go back to the beginning. I asked this question to everyone, Kev. Like, we all wanted to be pro golfers at one time. When was it like realistic? Like, oh yeah, I can actually do this. I mean, like you had a very solid college career at San Jose State, but obviously there's a ton of good college players. So when was it like this is what I'm going to do on a realistic level?
My junior year of college is probably when it became even a possibility. But realistically, my first couple of years, it was trial and error. I mean,
Mhm.
I was lucky to get a couple sponsors after caddying at a place down in San Jose, and they kind of gave me the shot that I needed. But it was trial and error for the first year and a half, and I was just kind of playing on the mini tours. And once I got status on Latin America down there, I figured out, okay, maybe I have a chance of doing this full time. And I ended up playing well down there after missing the first three cuts. I got my card, finished fourth, I think, on the list there to earn Corn Ferry status. So that was kind of when it became real. But in college, I knew I was going to give it a go, but I never knew that I could turn it into a profession.
Those sponsors, I mean, I talk about it often. Sponsors, how did you meet them, Kev? Like, you're still in touch with them. I mean, what those folks have, those people have had on your career, I assume is somewhat immeasurable. You couldn't have done it without it.
Yeah, I mean, I so when I graduated college, it was 2019, 2020, right around when COVID kind of picked up, and there were no golf courses open besides this one that was down in San Jose called the Institute, and I was working there 4 or 5 days a week, caddying for this same guy, and we kind of built a relationship over 5 or 6 months where he would call me every time that he was playing, and he asked my story pretty early on and told him I was wanting to give it a go, and he ended up supporting me for Q school, Canadian Q school in 2020, and I played well there, but it was a year where Q school was canceled, or like the tour ended up being
Yeah.
canceled. So ended up playing well. I think I finished eighth, and there were 6 spots or something like that. And when I got back home, I told him, "Hey, this is what the deal is, whatever." And he was like, "All right, write me up a plan." So then I wrote him up virtually a 3-year plan, of how I wanted to go about it, and I told him I needed X amount of money for 3 years, and um, he committed him and a couple of his friends to help me out, and that was, I mean, from being where I was, my parents were great, and they supported me through all junior golf and college golf. But when it came to professional golf, when I told them the cost, they were kind of like, "You got to do it on your own." And
Yeah.
so having those sponsors really changed my whole trajectory, and I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at without them. But it's interesting because a lot of golfers struggle with the asking for money question, and every mini tour guy that I've ever talked to, they're like, "Oh yeah, I need to work on the side. I need to do this." It's like you need to put your effort into asking people for money.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I know it's uncomfortable, but that's the only way that guys succeed because there's a lot of people who come from money who are able to just free roll, and when
Yeah.
you're not able to do that, you have to find your free roll.
Yeah. And I mean, a couple of things. One, Kevin did it right, and I'll get back to it about the 3-year plan. But second of all, there's some, especially if you're at a club caddying or you've played at a club for so long, people will help you. They just don't know that pro golf costs this much. That's it. Like,
Yeah,
there's so many members that are like, oh, he's a pro golfer. He must be fine. Or his parents are like, okay. And they have no idea that, like, there's just not families that can dole out 50 grand. Like,
yeah,
it's just not happening. But what I often see, this is obviously, I'm not telling Kevin this, I'm telling the listeners this, is like you'll get someone to support you. And because you're the best player by far in the area, they think like, oh, he's just going to walk to the PGA Tour. And so, like, they go, oh, what do you mean you've missed, 8 Mondays and blown through the 20 grand I gave you? You're the best. You must not be a good pro golfer. And they just bail. So it's like, definitely get a multi-year and just be realistic with the players. So, or with the people that are helping you. Like, this is a long road. Kev, you make it to I know I'm skipping through a million things, but you make it to the PGA Tour. That's like your dream. Like, how quickly does that wear off? Mark has this statement. It's like, yeah, I get to play pro golf for a living, but when I'm under the tree and I'm 2 over through 3, like, I'm not thinking, wow, this is great.
Yeah.
How quickly does it wear off on, like, you've reached your dream? Obviously you want to continue it with like good play, but how quickly did it,
Honestly,
wear off?
for me, it was after the West Coast events, because those were events that I'd kind of dreamed about playing. Like Torrey was one of the coolest experiences for me, because I mean we were staying in Del Mar playing Torrey. I mean, it's like stuff you've seen. You see the shots Tiger hit back when he beat Rocco. Like that was completely surreal. Sony was very cool. My family was there. Actually, my family came to all 3 West Coast events, so that was unbelievable. But after I missed the cut at Torrey for the 3rd missed cut in a row, I was like, all right, this is real, and this isn't as fun as I thought it was going to be. So let's try and figure it out. And I still have yet to figure it out. But it's funny. The PGA Tour doesn't really give you time to enjoy being on the PGA Tour. It's like you got to go, you got to show up, and you got to play good. And if not, you're going to be off the tour quick, because we get lots of opportunities, but the year goes by really fast.
Yeah. And that pressure builds up so fast, right, Kev? I assume. I mean, I'm obviously just watching as a fan, but it's like, oh, you missed the West Coast, and now you're like, oh, I'm going to get some opposite fields, and just like the world kind of closes in on you so fast, right?
Yeah, and it's also, you, for whatever reason, I think as a rookie, just because not knowing the situation, but you start to kind of run like a points tally in your head of like, how many points am I playing for? What do I need to keep my car to see these guys playing well? What's the deal? And that's like the worst thing that I probably did last year, was just keep counting. And I think I don't remember if I missed the first 6 or 7 cuts, but my first cut made was Puerto Rico. And I was really excited. But then when I finished like 40 something, I got like 6 points, and I was like, all right, this
backwards.
is awesome. Yeah.
It's like,
so
wow.
I somehow got worse after my first missed cut or made cut. So yeah, it is a battle of points and kind of figuring out mentally how to get over that.
Is there any imposter syndrome, Kev? It was like you've like got there, and then you're like, man, I'm not sure. Like I assume that's part of being a rookie, is like going back the second time. You're like, oh, I know I belong. When I played well, I belong. But at that early stages, are you like, is there like, man, I'm not. You're overwhelmed with who you're hitting on the range and stuff like that. Is there any part of that, or is just like, man, I wasn't playing well at the right time? Is it that simple?
I think it was overwhelming for genuinely the first 3 weeks. Like Sony was overwhelming because it was, if I can kind of dive deep into it, like Sony was a small range, and it was a very good field. And so like you're hitting balls right next to like Hideki. And I was sitting there, I was like, this isn't real life.
Right.
And then we get to Torrey, and it's like one of the best venues on tour. Another small range where you're hitting balls next to all these big dogs. And then you go to Amex, and it's the busiest week of your life because all the tour trucks show up to Amex. And so you have all these reps and everything going on. And for a little bit there, it was just me getting used to it. And maybe I didn't feel like or maybe I felt like I didn't belong, but it was never like I can't compete with these guys. But it was just, I don't know what I'm doing week to week, my schedule, how my practice is going on these golf courses. So there were definitely times where it felt confusing. But honestly, and I say this with sincerity, if you graduate the Corn Ferry Tour, you can play on the PGA Tour. Like there's no need to have like this feeling that you can't make it. Like guys are good enough that come off the Corn Ferry Tour.
So what's that process like, for those listening? I think you made 8 of 27 cuts, struggled, came back. Is it a process of like, oh shit, what a terrible year mentally, I have to go reset on the Corn Ferry Tour? Or is it like, man, I learned a lot. I know if I get back there, I've taken all these lessons. Or is it all of those things mixed into one?
I think for the first week after I finished the season, it was wow, what a horrific year, and I was pretty miserable for about a week. Because it you don't lose your job, but you get demoted from the best job in the world, and that's definitely hard. But I've chosen to approach this year on the Corn Ferry completely differently. In terms of focusing on all the positives and how I can gradually get better throughout the year, and whether I come back up to the PGA Tour after this year or in 2 years or whatever, like I have developed a skill set mentally now to help me out when I get back up to the PGA Tour. And every rookie year is really hard. So you go from not knowing any place, even where player registration is or the locker room, to knowing everything.
Mhm.
It all those little stresses add up to big stresses, and I feel like that's what changes when you go from rookie to your second year on any tour. And like my rookie year on Corn Ferry Tour, I lost my card. I finished like 117th, and then I came back and played great the next year. So I'm looking forward to my opportunity, but this year coming back down, not coming in with the attitude of, oh, I'm like I'm too good for this tour, because I
Mhm.
absolutely know I'm not. And these guys out here, this is a PJ Tour B now. These guys are, I mean,
Mhm.
we have stacked fields down here now. So
Yep. Do you w- do you think that the learning curve of the PGA Tour is like hugely different? Like I was just talking, I ironically had this conversation with a former PGA Tour member, um, and it was like he's like the being a rookie on the PGA Tour is so vastly different than the Corn Ferry Tour. Like the courses are just way more difficult. It's not as easy. Like a lot of redundancy on the Corn Ferry Tour. A lot of courses feel the same way. So, do you feel that like there's a giant leap that rookie? You never felt like that on any tour, Latin America, form, whatever.
yeah, it's just different because you're playing courses that guys have played for 10, 15 years
Mhm.
that are already the best players in the world, and you're coming out there not seeing any of it. So
Yeah.
it is a massive jump. I feel like the Corn Ferry Tour is it has a large amount of turnover. So like you're not really playing against these seasoned vets of the Corn Ferry Tour. I mean, there's a few, but not that many.
Hmm.
Um, but you have the best players in the world on virtually their home golf courses that they don't have to put in as much effort. And I'm like practicing, playing in Monday pro-ams, doing all the things to try
Yep.
and learn these golf courses and expending more energy. So I think it's very, very different, because on the Corn Ferry Tour, there's a lot of courses that are wedges. You
Yeah.
get your driver good, you get some wedges. Out on tour, it's so completely different. But it's a huge learning curve.
Uh, I've heard a lot of like the PGA Tour isn't fun, meaning like it's just more everybody's kind of stays in their own bubble. A lot of people have obviously the top players have teams and all of those things. So when you're struggling, Kev, does that loneliness get worse? Like on the Corn Ferry Tour, for those listening, like often guys stay together, often guys travel together. You always have like someone who's in your like world. Like they've missed a bunch of cuts in a row, or you've made a bunch of cuts in a row, and you guys are all going for a common goal. Did you feel that loneliness, Kev? Like I've heard so many players talk about, that it's like so business like on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, it's completely different. I feel like unless you're in this category of guys that have won and have friends up there, like there's almost zero camaraderie, and nobody wants you to succeed at all. When on the Corn
Yeah.
Ferry Tour, you have all these guys that are like pushing each other up, because what's great is there's 20 cards, so that means 20 of us can go up.
Yeah.
Like we all have the opportunity. We have the same opportunity, which is cool. But what's also different, and this isn't a bash on it, but it's just a observation, is that like when you're on the driving range next to somebody who has $25 million in the bank account, and you are thinking, hey, where's my next shirt sponsor going to come from? There's a
Yeah.
really big difference in like
Yeah.
world view at that point. And
You
I
got to
think
get
that
to the
was,
Monday pro am to make an extra 1,500 or 1,000
yeah,
bucks. You're like, well, I got to get
yeah,
an early flight so I can hit that Monday pro am.
yeah. And that's a very big difference. But what I did see is, once you get into that category of like winners or out there for a while, then that camaraderie is there, because then people, I feel like, don't feel threatened by their job.
Hmm.
Uh, but there's definitely a lack of camaraderie when you first get out there, because even like I mean, luckily they played great, but like a couple of my really good friends, Brian Campbell, Isaiah Salinda, like Matt McCarty, they played well early. I mean, Matt played well the year before as well. So like they played well early and then they were in a different category. And then I
Mhm.
didn't see them pretty much the whole year. So it was like, and then you just lose all contact with the people that you're actually close with.
Yeah.
And then they're playing in bigger events, different events. And like you have to play well quickly to kind of feel that team team feel, I
Ye
think.
and I assume, Kevin, that, like, a lot of that all of that adds up to, like, the struggling part, right? It's like, not that you're not happy for your friends, you obviously are, but, like, you're like, lose touch with them. Oh, shit, they're playing in that, and they are having success and not because you're not a friend, but they don't know what the hell to say to you. And like, it's like, not that they haven't been there, but they're like, oh shit, yeah, I'm going to I'm going to the signature event, best of the luck in Puerto Rico or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
again, that it's not that that's a big part of it, but I assume that's all of the stuff that people don't see is like, yeah, there goes my buddies. He's like playing well, and not that you're not happy for him. You're like, oh shit, wish that was me.
Yeah. Well, it's like I feel like that's kind of the idea down here is like
Yeah,
Isaiah won actually here last year, and then I won the next week in a way that it didn't feel like it was, oh, I need to beat him. It was just like I want to do what he's doing.
yeah,
And it's the same thing out there. It's just harder to do exactly. Like, I mean, he finished third in Mexico, played great. And like it's hard to play well on the PGA tour. Like it's just hard. And like
yeah.
I wasn't in the right spot for it. And when I when you kind of lose touch with those guys, then you're staying by yourself, and then you're traveling solo. You're traveling to different events by yourself. It's like then it just becomes a very lonely road.
Is there any part, Kev? And I say this every time I ask this question. I'm not talking like after Friday when you've doubled the last to miss the cut by one. I'm talking like Wednesday afternoon of like, man, what the fuck am I doing out here? Like, and I don't mean that from a talent or missing cuts. It's just like, man, this, and I'm not saying there was just like, man, this pro golf is not what I thought it would be in this sense. Like you've had that camaraderie. Obviously, financially, it's better. Although missing a lot of cuts doesn't. But uh, like, was there any part like, man, this isn't it, or I have to do something to make this better, or no?
I felt like I was pretty good about it early in the week. Early in the week, I was very optimistic. I feel like I gave myself every opportunity to play well mentally that way. But kind of when shit started to hit the fan, or when I would miss a cut, it would 100% creep into my mind all the time. What am I choosing? Because what am I choosing to do with my life if I'm not enjoying exactly what I'm doing?
Yeah,
And like then it also comes to the realization of I have a job that people would kill for.
right.
How can I not enjoy this? And then that's kind of where I'm at now. This year is like I'm choosing to enjoy this a lot more now
Hmm.
because I chose not to enjoy it last year.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I completely felt like an idiot choosing not to enjoy it last year.
Yeah. And again, I keep going back, but it's like those are the lessons that why a lot of guys have success the second time around is like it's like you learn so many things. Forget courses, that's obvious, but like shit like that is like just you don't unless you're in it, you can't figure out what the hell to do to fix it.
Yeah. And I feel like guys don't understand how cool of a job we have. And I think I was part of that crew as well. Like
Mhm.
we're at the peak of the sport, and if you can't enjoy the peak of the sport, even though it is hyper competitive and it's hard, like you can't enjoy the peak of the sport, then you're doing it wrong. You're not
Yeah,
doing it correctly.
yeah. What's the opening of this season like, Kev? I mean, to take I never a player, so I can't do it, but like you're six, let's see, Bahamas, six countries and seven events. Is that right? Out of the country.
Y- yes, yeah, yep,
Uh, uh, I mean, financially, this is not the greatest way to start the season. Forget that. Like, even if you make cuts, it's like a break even situation. Like,
yeah, for sure.
you can't look at this beginning part financially at all. I assume, Kev. You're
No,
just like get as
no,
many points as you can, and we'll see.
yeah, but luckily the Corn Fair Tour has done a good job
That's
of
good. Yeah,
giving guys 15 grand, which is
yeah,
huge
that's
because
sweet.
when you just say these guys who get through Q school. Maybe they don't have sponsors. They had a couple good weeks. Nobody really knows who they are. Coming out to like Abaco, you're gonna
Yeah,
spend. You're gonna like if you do it easily and just do it the host hotel, take the shuttles, you're out like 4 grand for the week.
yeah,
If you miss that cut, that means you're down roughly 6 grand if you're including caddy, and that's not even including like some food or like flights. Like
yeah,
it's so I think they did a really good job with this international series of adding that per diem, I guess, if you want to call it. But that's really beneficial. But it's all about, I mean, honestly, Ryan, it's all about the points on this entire tour. Like you
yeah.
can't even you
Right.
can't even focus on the money. Like the money comes
Yeah,
if you play great, but like you are only focused on points here. And it sounds cliche, but every single point does matter. And when I graduated in 24, I think Noah Goodwin got his card by like 2 points or 3 points. It
yeah,
was something like ridiculously small. So like
yeah,
even when you're in 51st and you make a birdie to jump to 44th, like that could mean something.
yeah. I use Kato Onashi as my every stroke matters. Last event, last full season, full field event prior to the Tour Championship. He shot 67 on the last day to move up to like T35, and it got him into 100th by like .2 of a point, like one stroke over the entire season. And then the next season, 2024, he got into on his number 100. For those listening, 101st no status. 100 is the last conditional card. Uh, he got in on his number, finished fourth, got his PGA Tour card. Like literally, and he had missed at first stage, so his only option was to get in on his number or Monday, obviously. But like literally one stroke over an entire season changed his life, changed his career.
Yeah.
He made it to the PGA Tour the next season. Uh, what are some things you do, Kev? Like this week, you said you're staying alone. Your girlfriend was supposed to come as the main reason, but like I always talk about saving money, but there is an investment on certain things. Tom Whitney, big tall guy, often says like I pay for an exit row if I can. Like there's investments you have to make to do it, especially on the international where food can get shady, hotels can get shady. What is there things you invest in on these international trips that are like, I have to have this or that?
So like this week is a good example. There is a host hotel with a shuttle. I chose not to stay in the host hotel or use the shuttle. I chose to rent a car, and it was only $190 investment, but it's saving me so much time and stress of like worrying about, am I going to make the shuttle? How many guys are on the shuttle? All this stuff. There's certain things where it's really important to kind of see what you actually are going to enjoy, not just what the tour is kind
Mhm.
of giving you. And granted, the tour does a great job of setting stuff up, but it's not always logistically the best for you as a person. Like I'm not a huge shuttle guy, so I like to be on my own schedule. For Argentina, I won't stay at the host. I'll stay at a different hotel that's closer to downtown because I know that at nighttime I'm going to go out and try some good food in downtown Buenos Aires. So it's like there are certain things that it's not even an investment necessarily. It's a choice to do something slightly different. Um, but going down to Argentina, I'm attempting to upgrade my flight down there because it's a 10 and a half hour flight from Houston. And like
Yeah,
if I'm going to be sitting in economy 34F, I'm going to be struggling to play for the next couple days. And so if there's
mhm.
any way that I can get a lay down ticket, even if it costs me a little bit more, like those are things that I'm willing to do to make sure that I'm prepared to play well. And this is kind of the only stretch I feel like on this tour that you need to really
Yeah,
invest a little extra.
yeah. There's a lot of like there's not much you can do from Wichita to Wichita or whatever the run
No,
is
yeah.
in the U.S.
Cool.
Kev has been great to me for a long time. I appreciate it. Appreciate the time. Appreciate the conversations we've had. Uh, Thank you, and always pulling for you, as you know. And might as well win this week. The hardest course on tour for those. One of the hardest course, Kev.
I think I mean,
It's
it's
ranked
got to
as
be.
third, but I just feel like it's always some like reals.
What is one and two? Or what are one and
Yeah,
two?
that's what like I didn't even look. It said it today. An article was like third. I was like, what could French Lake, but that's gone now. Like, what could
Yeah,
possibly
Ohio
be?
State is always hard.
Yeah, but they shot like 15 or 16 this year. Like,
Oh, really?
this place is like 8 wins it every year.
Yeah. I mean, like in 24, Isaiah shot 10 under and won by 8 shots. Like there's just, I mean, what the way that we've always played it and the way that we've always showed up at this golf course, if you put 4 rounds of even par together, you're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna have a really good week.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is
US Open week on the Corn Ferry Tour. Like, just short
yes,
4
which
evens and like you're gonna rack up some points.
yeah, and it's I mean, but it's a fantastic
What
tournament,
makes it hard,
fantastic
Kev?
setup.
What makes it so difficult?
I think the golf course is just right in front of you, fair but hard. I mean, you have to hit a lot of really, really good golf shots the entire day. You can't miss a lot of golf shots. The greens normally are very firm and kind of get crispy towards the end of the week, and the wind always blows. And then it's also like 100 degrees.
Yeah.
So like you have to deal with a pretty big hike, a big ballpark, 100 degrees, crispy greens, um, and it's kind of a war of attrition, honestly. Like if you can
Yeah.
stay upright and just stay focused on what you're doing and not focus on, hey, I need to get back into the AC in the clubhouse, then you're gonna do okay. But a lot of guys kind of fold at the heat, at the hike, at like missing some putts because the greens are getting a little crispy. It's like you just have to kind of take what it gives you.
Are you taking a local this week? Or do you have a
I brought my caddy down
okay?
to these 2 events, but I'm taking a local in Argentina and Chile, who's actually the guy who I won with in Latin America.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a little bit of history there, which is really cool. But this one is reasonable, but the flights down to Argentina and Chile for a cat, I mean, I can't
Yeah.
imagine the cost of
The
a cat.
Corn Ferry caddies need their own reality show, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
they do.
holy shit! Like, I mean, good for them for trying to make it. Everybody,
Yeah,
I say this about all minor league sports. Everyone is trying to make it. The tour officials, the fucking
Yeah.
first tee guy, the
yeah,
caddies, the fucking scorekeepers. Everybody wants to be
Yeah.
on the PGA Tour. Like,
yeah.
no one wants to be on the Corn Ferry Tour. And that's not a
No.
shot at the Corn Ferry Tour. It's just like everybody's trying to graduate. But if you talk about guys investing in their career, the Corn Ferry Tour is caddies is, I mean, I would give anything to have a reality show. I just wouldn't want to go the places some of them stay. That's all there is to it. Yeah. So Kev's been great to me. Appreciate the time, Kev. Thanks so
Always.
much. Play well this week.
Let's go get him.
Thanks, dude.